What's going on, everyone? It's your man Sir Gill back at it again. And on today's episode, I wanted to go over why I went with the Pan America over the competition. So, when it comes to the adventure space, there's a lot of companies that have been doing it, and there's a lot of companies that have been doing it a lot longer than Harley-Davidson. So, as far as the adventure space, been doing it a lot longer than Harley. So, naturally, I'm sure when a lot of people ask, it's your first adventure bike, why didn't you get an Africa Twin? Why didn't you get the GS 1250? Why didn't you get a Multi-Strada? Why didn't you get the Tenere 900, 700? I think they make both now, right? But yeah, why didn't you get one of those? So go, why would you want a Harley? There's definitely a lot of reasons to like all of those bikes I just listed. There's also reasons to like the Pan Am. So, figured in this video I'd go over the top 5 reasons on why I decided to purchase a 2022 Pan America over the competition. And I guess we'll start out with reason number 1, which was one of the biggest reasons, is the power this thing makes. We're comparing it to the Tenere and we're comparing it to an Africa Twin. I mean, I'll gap them every day of the week. Every day of the week on the highway. It does not matter. Yeah, so the power was one of the reasons. I'd say torque on all the bikes are pretty good. Like, they're enough torque to pop that wheel up, power wheelie and stuff like that. So, but power was, I'd say, one of the big reasons. I'd say the second reason I went with the Harley-Davidson Pan America over the competition was, especially the used one, the price to feature value. So the amount of features you get for the price you pay for a used one of these, it seemed unparalleled compared to some of the other brands where you're just going to get torque control settings. The bike's not going to remember the last mode you were in. You're going to have to constantly be changing modes. All that kind of stuff. So a lot of people, I mean, when it comes to like value, I felt like a used Pan Am had a lot of value. So just all the technology for the price that I could get one of these for just seemed like a good value. So that was another reason I went with the Pan America. So another reason I went with the Pan America over a lot of the competition was the fact that the wheels are spokeless, but not only just spokeless, but they're tubeless. So having the best of both worlds there seemed like awesome to me. Like, hey, you get that off-roadedness of the spoked tires, but then you get the ease of use of a tubeless tire. So that and the wheel size, and the wheels in general, I think was a big reason. I like the Pan America and how it sat more like a street bike than it did, a dirt bike. I feel like the Tenere and the Africa Twin in specific, they kind of handle more towards the dirt bike side than they do the street bike side. Even though they're like fat man sport bikes or whatever, there just is a difference. So yeah, the wheels were another big reason that I went with the Pan America over the competition, is I wanted tubeless tires. And yeah, I'm sure there's modifications you can do to your bikes and this and that to get them to be tubeless. But I'm not trying to do all that. I was trying to buy and ride. Oh, I'm trying to think what other reasons I liked Pan America more. Aftermarket support, yes. So another reason I wanted to go with the Pan America over all the competition was the fact that I knew there would be ample aftermarket support to come out. Like seats, crash bars, everything. And there would be a knockoff company to make a cheaper version of everything. So, and that has been shown to be pretty true. I mean, for how new the Pan America is, there is already a shit ton of aftermarket parts for it. So, I mean, aftermarket parts, I mean, if you're a rider and you're a serious rider, you know that's like half the game of buying a bike is making it yours, you know? And I feel like when you just have all that aftermarket support on 3 different options for one part, you know, it just makes the bike feel a little bit more unique to you. And I really like that, so that was another reason I went with the Harley-Davidson Pan America. And I'd say the last, but most important reason I went with the Pan America was the fact that it was a Harley-Davidson. So there was a few different things that meant for me at the time. And at the time, well, I should say, you know, it was not only my first Harley. I've had Hondas, I've had Suzuki's. I guess that's it. I haven't really owned any Yamahas. And Japanese bikes are great, don't get me wrong, but I was ready to go to the dark side. Yeah, brother. So I knew owning a Harley eventually one day would be in my life. And when I saw that they made this, I'm like, okay, that's not your normal Harley. I guess we could give that a try. And so sure as shit, I ended up on one of these. And so the brand itself was one, but another reason that looped in with it being a Harley is that it's American made. And who knows if it will actually happen and all that nonsense, but if the Trump bill does pass, where all the interest on vehicles that you're paying interest on that are American made, are you turning? No? All the vehicles that are American made, you'll be able to write off the interest on your taxes. So I'm like, now that's the reason to buy a Harley, but hey, it was a nice perk that I might get owning a Harley that I for sure wouldn't have gotten if I bought a Honda or a Yamaha. So, and the fact that it says HD on the side, on the fact that it's an American-made company, for some of the reasons that I decided to go with the Pan America. So, I don't know if you guys liked my reasons on why I'm on a Pan Am, and you've been thinking about getting one yourself, and this video helps you, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more Pan America content. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.